Guys, so pages 41, on page 41, we're doing direct variation. So direct variation is when you divide. So the y is 24, and remember it's y over x equals k. So we're going to do y 24 over x 3. Find the y, so we don't know what the y is when x is 4. So all you do on this one, cross multiply. 24 times 4. 24 times 4. I believe that's 96. Let's just double check. Yeah, 96 equals 3 times y is 3y. Then divide by 3. And you get 32. So you should get D for that one. This next one I've already worked out. Same exact concept, except I put the flagpole on top, shadow on bottom. So the flagpole 6 meters, shadow 10, over x, we don't know the height of the building, over the shadow 45. Cross multiply and divide, you get 27 meters. So not too bad. Our next one, inverse. We had to first figure out if it's direct or inverse. So remember, direct is where we divide. So this one I would just use your Desmos. Do 8 divided by 5. 8 divided by 5 is 1.6. Then 1 divided by 40. Well, those are obviously not the same decimal. So we can already tell you it's not direct. So now we're going to do inverse. Inverse is multiplying. 5 times 8 is 40. Our next one, 40 times 1, that's also 40. Let's do another just to make sure. 2 times 20 is also 40. So since those all equal 40, we know it's got to be inverse, and it's going to be the inverse with 40. So just remember, direct divide, inverse multiply. So which equation is a direct variation? That includes a point -1, 1. Well, if you remember, direct variation has to go through the origin. C and D, where they're +1 and -1, we know cannot go through the origin, so we know it's got to be either A or B. So here we get y equals x. You could type in that point to see if that point fits in there. -1, 1. And you can look there, that blue dot, the point does not hit, so you know it's not A. So it's got to be B, but let's just double check. So instead of that being y equals x, I'm going to put y equals -x. Once you did that, it immediately hit that point, so you know it is B. Alright, which graph below is a direct variation? Remember, it has to be a straight line that goes through the origin. The only one that has a straight line that goes through the origin is C. So that one was very easy. This one's inverse. Inverse is when you multiply. So we do our y times our x, so 24 times 12 equals our y times our x. So 24 times 12, that gives us 288. Equals y times -24 would be -24y, and divide by -24, and you will get y equals -12. So yeah, this was the one that I had you write in the E because the right answer was on there, but you should have gotten y equals -12. All right, number 7 I'm not going to focus on because they're not going to ask you to come up with an equation and a cost. So let's not stress about that one. Direct variation I just talked about. Direct variation has to be a straight line that goes through the origin. This one goes through the origin. That one does not. This one goes through the origin. That one does not. And this one goes through the origin. And then for inverse variation, so here, I already did the last one. Inverse, remember, is multiplying. All those gave us 36, so we know that works. This first one, that is exactly what an inverse variation graph looks like. It curves like that, so we know that one works. These next two, or these next three, I would just type into Desmos. So -1/2 x. That is a direct variation because it's a straight line that goes through the origin. That's not inverse, so we know it's not that one. 16/x. That is exactly what an inverse variation will look like. So remember, it's two curved lines that often are reflections of each other. So that one works. And then x/16. There we go. Okay, and that one is a straight line that goes through the origin, so that's direct, so we know it's not that one. So it should have been those three. All right, 44 was the page I told you to just cancel out, so don't worry about that one. 45 I already typed in here, but you can just see it real quick. What I would do on this one, I'll just show you the correct answer. Just type in exactly the equation that you see, and then remember, you come up here, press the gear button, and do table. Once you do the table, you should see 0, we have 4.9, 3 is 4, 5 is 3.4, and 8 is 2.5. So you can tell those are not exact, but this whole page is about line of best fit, so it's going to be the closest. So those are the closest. The way you could double check if you weren't sure if those were closest, like I'll just try the last one just so you can see that those were nowhere close. 6.4. Well, if you look at this one, 0, 6.4. 3, 5.5. 5, 3.2. So those are nowhere close. So what you would do is you would just try each one of those until you found which one was closest. Number 2, you weren't supposed to do. This one I'm pretty sure I went over with all of you all in class. So I'll just show you how to do this next part. This next part, we're looking for the year 2013. What I did up here, since they're years, remember you mark out the year and put 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to put 7 in for the year here. So y equals 2.3 times 7 plus 35.2. You just put that in Desmos. Just 2.3 times 7 plus 35.2. And you get 51.3%. It does not say to round, so I would just go ahead and put the 51.3. All right, so just in case you don't remember how we got this one, I'll show you how to do it on this one. So we have our table. You come up here and press table, type in the x values. The x values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then type in the y's. 200, 120, 72, 44, 26, 16, 10, 6, and 4. And guys, I always double check, because if you notice in my video, I typed in the wrong thing a few times at first. So 8, 4, 7, 6, 6, 10, 5, 16, 4, 26, 3, 44, 2, 72, 1, 120. Okay, yep, we're good. All right. So we are trying to get the line of best fit. So what you're going to do is you're going to type this into Desmos. Y base 1, approximate symbol, mx base 1 plus b. And what that will do, once you type that in, that will give you your line of best fit. So it gives you all the stats, residuals. You won't need that really in Algebra 1, but what you will need is your slope and your y-intercept. So that's how we create the equation. We're going to get y equals m. M is your slope. Your slope is going to be negative 21.3. X plus b. B is your y-intercept. 140.533. All right. So now it says for 200 centimeters. That is the y, because this is our x, this is our y. So we're going to put 200 in for the spot of y. So once you do that, solve the equation. Okay, you do that, you get 59.467, divide by negative 21.3. And you get x equals negative 2.8.